When you think of Dubai, you picture towering skyscrapers, luxury malls, and futuristic skylines. But what if we told you there's a completely different side to this glittering city? Today, we're peeling back the layers and stepping into Dubai's old town, where tradition still dances in the streets and history whispers from every stone. When most people picture Dubai, they'd imagine glass towers rising like blades into the sky, man-made islands curling out into the sea, supercars gleaming under the desert sun, and malls that look more like cities than shopping centers. But beyond the lights and luxury, behind the steel and spectacle, there's another Dubai, one with alleys made of coral stone, wind towers that whisper of centuries past, spice traders who speak in scent, and waters that have carried stories longer than skyscrapers have stood. In this old town, the heart that beats beneath the city's shimmering skin, you don't just visit, you time travel. 10. The Fahidi District, walls that breathe time. Your journey to the past begins here, where Dubai first began. The Fahidi Historical District, also known as Al Bastakia, is a maze of sand-colored alleyways, coral stone walls, and ancient wind towers that once cooled the homes of Persian merchants. You wander beneath shaded arches, where shadows stretch like the arms of forgotten stories, and every corner seems to carry a different whisper from the past. The modern city fades behind you, replaced by lanterns hanging from balconies and doors that creak with age. The air smells like spice and sand, and the silence is filled with depth. It's not just a neighborhood, it's a living museum without velvet ropes. 9. Al Seef Waterfront, where old meets the new. Just a few steps from Al Fahidi, Al Seef feels like someone captured time in two hands and let it flow both ways. Half of it is modern, the walkways wide, the cafes sleek, the boutiques dressed in polished wood and glass. Though inspired architecture lines the creek. Wind towers rise above sand-hued walls. It's where Dubai's past and present hold hands, elegant, deliberate, and alive. You sip gawa, Arabic coffee, from a delicate cup and watch the water move past like time itself, carrying those as it always has, only now against the glittering frame of skyscrapers. 8. Dubai Museum, stories beneath the sand. Housed inside the 18th century Al Fahidi Fort, the Dubai Museum is a quiet, earthy space that takes you deeper than photos or tours ever could. It's built with coral, mud, and teakwood, and inside, beneath the low ceilings and narrow corridors, you find stories carved into wax figures, sand-colored dioramas, and the echoes of Bedouin life. You step into recreated souks, pearl diving scenes, old kitchens and mosques, and you feel it all. The museum may be small, but what it contains is vast. It reminds you that before the gold and glass, there were sailors and merchants, fishermen and dreamers, building a city from sand and stars. 7. The Dubai Creek, the river of memories. The creek is more than water. It's history itself, running through the center of old Dubai, like a memory that never dries. This saltwater inlet once divided Dera and Bur Dubai, and it still carries wood mouths loaded with goods bound for Iran, India, and beyond. You watch the boats dock with spices, rugs, electronics, even goats. You hear the shouts of traders, the squawk of birds, the sound of oars slapping water. For that moment, you are not in the Dubai of tomorrow. You are in the Dubai of forever. 6. The Textile Souk, a symphony of color and thread. Just past the Abra dock in Bur Dubai lies a corridor of fabric and fire. The textile souk may be smaller than the city's massive malls, but its impact is no less dazzling. Bolts of cloth spill from stalls like waterfalls. Silk, satin, linen, cotton, colors that don't exist in the modern world seem to shimmer from every corner. Tailors shout their greetings in Hindi, Urdu, and Arabic. Shopkeepers invite you in with chai and charm. The air smells of cloth, sun, and dust. It's not just a market. It's a moving painting, textured with laughter and light. 5. The Coffee Museum, a cup full of culture. Tucked into a quiet corner of Al Fahidi, the Coffee Museum is one of Dubai's most surprising secrets, a celebration of the world's most beloved bean. A host dressed in Emirati attire serves you steaming Arabic coffee, bitter, cardamom-laced, poured from a long-spouted dalla into tiny golden-rimmed cups. As you sip, you learn that coffee was once brewed in tents beneath desert stars, passed hand-to-hand as a gesture of peace. Here, it's not about the caffeine. It's about hospitality, about connection, about stories shared in the quiet steam of every cup. 4. The Calligraphy House. Art written in silence. Hidden in plain sight, the House of Calligraphy is where letters become art and silence becomes sacred. You enter through a heavy wooden door and step into a room where Arabic script winds across the walls like vines, each stroke perfect, powerful, and poetic. This is no gallery. It's a sanctuary. Artists sit in corners, dipping reed pens into ink, moving with grace and reverence. The ink stains your fingers, the paper trembles beneath your breath, and the word you write, even if crooked, feels sacred. Here, writing is not just communication. It's a connection to something higher. 3. The Spice Soak, where the air itself has flavor. On the other side of the creek in Dira, the Spice Souk assaults the senses in the best possible way. Before you even see the stalls, you smell them. Sweet cinnamon, fiery chili, earthy cumin, rich saffron. The colors hit next: mounds of turmeric yellow, paprika red, aniseed green. The air is thick with stories. A merchant holds up dried rose petals like treasure. Another offers you a pinch of za'atar to taste on your palm. Here, everything is negotiable, except the magic. You don't just buy spices. You gather pieces of the world, scooped into paper bags and carried home in memory. 2. The Gold Souk, where light turns to metal. Not far from the Spice Souk, you enter a corridor of glass and gold. The Gold Souk of Dubai is unlike any other place in the world. Rows upon rows of shops overflowing with necklaces the size of armor, bangles that glitter like fire, rings for every finger on every hand. And even if you don't buy a thing, you walk through the alleys feeling richer. Because this place, this spectacle, this unapologetic extravagance is part of the soul of old Dubai. Not the skyscraper kind of luxury, but the kind built on tradition, pride, and sparkle passed down like heritage. 1. The soul of old Dubai, found in every footstep. And finally, the truth of old Dubai isn't found in any one place, but in all of them, woven together like a tapestry of scent, sound, stone, and soul. It's in the sound of the call to prayer echoing through narrow streets at dusk. It's in the sweet steam rising from a street vendor's tray of lukaimat. It's in the silence of a museum courtyard at noon. It's in the smile of a shopkeeper who's lived in this alley for 40 years. In 2025, Dubai is still a city of the future. But its heart beats in the past, in the walls that remember, in the water that never stops flowing, and in the people who carry the old city forward, one memory at a time. And that was a journey through Dubai's hidden gem, a place where stories are carved into walls, where culture thrives beyond the shine, and where the spirit of old Arabia still lives on. If this glimpse into Dubai's old town surprised you, hit like, drop a comment on your favorite spot, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating places.